sorry if it was asked already, but what was that interaction between you and LeBron? Like, what was your perspective on that first half?
I mean, I think I did it too small to somebody who was too small.
And against Gabe Vincent, spins, turns, hooks, gets in his foul.
I mean, he came back and did it respectfully.
Gonna shoot. LeBron looking to back down, get physical, leans over Morant, banks in.
You know, he's 6'8", whatever. I would expect it. I thought it was a charge. He did it, and I don't back down from nobody. Don't care who you are. My job was to just come back. I got my bucket, and you know, I set the tone. My teammates fed off of it, and you see what happened.
LeBron playing by a different set of rules. Morant hangs, banks, and hits.
That is a basketball game.
Yep.
That is a basketball game. Just went up to say hello to LeBron James after this make. You see the make there, and then the bump there by John Morant. We knew what he was doing, partner.
So, top dog in our league. You take out the top dog, you know, who else you fear?
You get up, man.
I don't fear nobody anyway, but yeah, I ain't had to, you know, I ain't had to get up. I ain't been down.
John, what was it like to, I mean, obviously when you went out of the game it was frustrating, but to see the team take that lead even higher?
I wasn't surprised when I went out. I just wanted to be on the floor. I knew we was winning the game.
What is it about this Laker team? It always...
I don't like them. They knocked me out the playoffs. And then last year we, you know, had a game and they came in here and popped it on our home floor when I was in street clothes. So I wasn't the night. I told them that last time too.
Almost better to get to the other end and then dribble it out.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you didn't.
You know, dribble all the way around and back out to midcourt. They would have taken care of it the extra 5 seconds.
Oh, thank you. Fucking deal. Can you do it? Can you do it? Huh? Yo, man, I'm getting tired of you moving on my man.
But LeBron said, nah, I want to do something special for these Grizzly fans, and he did just that.
You've talked about, you know, over the course of a game, early in the game, you get to figure out what they're doing to you, how they're defending you, that sort of thing.
Fouling. We speak on that, fouling. That's why I didn't play the rest of the game. Fouling.
So
let's talk about it.
Over the course of your career, though, is that something you feel like you just gotten better and better?
Nah, it's worse.
You know?
No. I might as well try to dunk and shit. I would get more foul calls with that.
Has tonight been building since you told LeBron last time, wait till I suit up?
You said what?
Has tonight kind of been building?
Nah. He was just next on the schedule. Lakers, actually. I won't even say him, Lakers. And then, you know, they beat us last time. I didn't get to play, like I said, last year. They came on our home floor, beat us on our home floor. It was laughing, playing, looking at me, talking. You know, my message was I was in street clothes. This was my first opportunity to get back on the floor playing against them. I bring first, you know, whoever. Then the situation happened, which pretty much got me going.
So I got to be honest here. I like the way that the Memphis Grizzlies are not just going to sit back and just let LeBron just be LeBron. I love how the announcer said that LeBron, he plays by a whole different set of rules.
LeBron playing by a different set of rules.
But yeah, I think it's extremely healthy for the game for Ja Morant and the Grizzlies to definitely go back at LeBron and feel a type of way about LeBron beating them last year and all these other things, and remembering how LeBron, I mean, he went down. That reverse was nasty, bro.
You know, dribble all the way around and back out to midcourt. They would have taken care of it the extra 5 seconds.
But he's also the old man of the NBA, and I'm glad that people like Desmond Bane are going to let LeBron know every chance they get.
Scotty, congratulations on the win tonight.
He snatched that ball from that old man over there. From that old man over there.
Now, here's the problem with the Grizzlies. Y'all do talk a lot, bro. But when are y'all going to start winning some games that matter? I mean, I don't want to hear nothing about, you know, you putting the guns in the air this year at all. But we already got problems. Ja Morant is already suffering from an injury.
I don't know about good news, but probably the best you could have hoped for. Memphis today announcing star point guard Ja Morant is week to week after he fell during an alley-oop attempt against the Lakers.
They threw the lob to Ja, and he didn't get the basket and somehow landed very awkwardly at that leg.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And he went straight from the court, walked straight to the locker room.
Morant was seen at last night's game on crutches. The Grizzlies said Morant subluxed but didn't dislocate his hip during the fall and also has multiple associated grade 1 pelvic muscle strains. Morant is currently one of 7 Grizzlies players, I should say, injured. Memphis, though, are 6-4 on the season and play at the Trailblazers tomorrow.
So now you week to week with a hip, which what on earth is week to week? You week to week. Desmond Bane, he's out. And again, we getting caught up with y'all, running y'all mouth. Desmond Bane, you didn't even have on a uniform when you was rapping about LeBron, which I gave you credit for it. But y'all got to get healthy. Y'all got to get on the court. And y'all got to actually win games, or this really falls flat, because of all the teams that the Lakers really got to worry about in the West, man, y'all just not one of them.
Outside it goes to Cade against Dyson Daniels. Drives into the basket. Hook! Hits it! Kiss the glass for the score.
You know how tough that was with a left hand?
Wow. 6 seconds, 5. Trae Young crosses over. Gets to the basket. Lays it off. And the Hawks can't lay it in.
And then Thompson this time with a defensive play. Now finds Jalen Green.
Oh, my goodness! He did it! Oh, no, he didn't! Oh! No, he did not! No, he didn't! No, he didn't!
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you didn't.
I'm okay. Everybody's okay with that one.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, me.
Ball gotta move, but body gotta move too. But body gotta move. Like if you don't create space, you're not in the right position on the floor, like you're not gonna be able to get in the paint, no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're willing and your intent is to get in the paint, you gotta be in the right position, you gotta move, you gotta create space for the guys to get in the paint. I feel like sometimes we hold the ball. They play totally opposite from us. Whenever the ball swung, they were driving and kicking. They got so many wide open threes. They got in the paint. Hey, man, if you don't want to be here, you can leave. If you don't want to be here, you can leave. I'm being honest with you. They played great. We wasn't moving the ball. We really was not moving the ball. But we had good intention. But at times, at the end of the day, when you move the ball and the guys hold the ball and they're not driving and kicking, it's not going to look great.
You had said the other day, you're not concerned about outcome, right? It's about what happens, what you can control.
I can't control the outcome, so I cannot be concerned about it.
Right. So is the frustrating part, you mentioned competing, or sometimes there's energy, effort. Like, I feel like those are things that can be controlled.
Yeah.
So is that maybe the frustrating part of this, is that it's sort of the same things in that way of, those are things you as a team can control, but it's still not being fixed.
Did we compete the previous game? Yes. Did we compete the 2 previous games, Cavs and Cavs? Yes. Did we compete today? No. It's something that you can control. If you're going to go out there and you're not going to compete, you're not going to win the game. Sometimes you compete, you're yourself and you don't win the game. But at least just give yourself a chance. We came to New York, we played great last night. We came to New York, we lost by 30. We don't compete. Are we okay with not competing? I don't know. I'm not okay with that. So we got to do a better job competing. We got Boston in 2 days. You don't compete, you're going to lose by 30. Simple as that.
Obviously, you're a little frustrated. I understand that, given the start you guys have had. Obviously, though, as a leader of the group, how do you keep everybody's heads in a good place when you're trying to dig out of a hole like the one you guys are in?
You got to empower your teammates. You got to empower your teammates, and you got to be honest with them. You got to tell them the truth. You gotta keep yourself accountable also. Try to play better. Try to figure out ways to be more efficient. Get to spots that you can help your teammates. More. That's pretty much it. But you gotta, at the end of the day, win or lose, you gotta go in next practice, next game with the same mentality, the same. Your teammates can never see your head down. As a leader of the team, your head can not be down. You can be frustrated at times, for sure. I'm frustrated. If you're not frustrated with losing, get the out of here. Simple as that, you know. But at the end of the day, we have another one in 2 days. We got to be ready.
Is there more frustration given the fact that you guys finally break the losing streak yesterday? You have a chance to build some momentum, and you come in, and like you said, the first half, there's runouts for layups, there's offensive rebounds, there's some effort stuff that you like to clean up.
There's a lot of things that we can clean up and do better. It starts with competing. We got to compete. As I said, teams won't feel bad about us. They want us to keep on losing. They're not going to be, oh, yeah, that's 5 games below 500. Oh, let's get them back on track so they can make the playoffs. It's not going to work that way. You got to go out there and earn it. And don't take it for granted. You don't have a lot of times in your life that you're going to come in MSG and compete. I feel like sometimes we take it for granted. You know, I'm a guy that don't take it for granted and I try to compete whenever I can.
Okay, a pretty no-nonsense approach to the 1-6, the 1-6 Milwaukee Bucks, bro. Like, y'all should have never traded for Damian Lillard. I don't understand why y'all traded for Damian Lillard. Now, I will give y'all the fact that Chris Middleton, who I personally think is y'all's second best player, I think he's a better player for Milwaukee. I don't think he's a better overall player than Damian Lillard. But for the Milwaukee system, I think that Giannis misses Chris Middleton more than it is with Dame. Because the Dame and Giannis, I never thought it would work, and it's just not working. But you hear Giannis talk about taking things for granted and not taking stuff seriously and all this stuff. Well, explain this.
And just a smaller guy denied, just trying to be aggressive. That's an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's going to be an offensive foul of the season. This is Giannis after the offensive foul call. Whoop.
Yep.
Psych.
You all right, man? Yeah, okay, psych. But it's indicative of Giannis still being able to have a good time half the time. I would have got him a second time. Psych again. And look at Jada, he ain't smiling.
He's not playing that game.
Okay, that's cool and everything. I don't really have that big of a deal that you play JB like that. It is what it is, but that's a champion, and I want you to hear how the champion felt about the situation.
Giannis hit you with the offensive foul, and then he fake shook your hand and pulled it back. Are you laughing at that? Do you think it's funny, or does that kind of piss you off?
Giannis is a child. You know, I'm just focused on helping my team get a win, and that's what we did tonight.
So that's my thing, Giannis. I have to be honest. You are not playing with the level of urgency of somebody that's 1-6. I see you out here trying to get numbers right now. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying stuff like Giannis may get traded or whatever. Man, Giannis, how's that going to work? You get traded and you actually own part of the Brewers.
WVM.
Well, the Milwaukee Brewers have added a world champion to its front office as the team continues its push for a championship on the field.
Yeah, today, Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo was announced as a minority owner of the Brewers.
All I know is that the Milwaukee Bucks have made phone calls to every single NBA team trying to get Giannis some help, and it is not looking good at all. So, Giannis, you need Chris Middleton back, bro. You need Chris Middleton back ASAP. But how healthy will Chris Middleton be? Who knows? When is he coming back? Who knows? I guess we'll see. Dame. When is it going to be Dame time?
Cody Martin looking in the mirror. His brother inbounding. Challenging the inbound. LaMelo! Yes! With the guts of a cat burglar! We're tied at 97!
A lot of confusion there at that elbow. McKean comes over. He knows he's beat.
Ruling on the floor is a successful three-point field goal. This play is now under review.
Can't hit, coming off the 21-point game in LA against the Clippers. Jalen Green. Oh, and Wemby just rejected Green as he went for a poster.
Oh, not on my watch. Guys are going to continue to try him. And that was as clean as it gets. Jalen Green, one of the high flyers in this league. And he put it out there, and Victor blocked it with 2 hands. And there's another block.
9 from 3 in this building. Little dance by D'Lo. Huff feeling more comfortable. Gets the block. Here they come. Aldama nearly falls down.
What was that?
Here they come. Aldama nearly falls down.
That's
D'Lo only played 21 minutes tonight. What did you see there? Why did you make the decision in the second half to go away from him?
Again, just level of compete, attention to detail. Some of the things we I've talked with him about for a couple of weeks, and at times he's been really good with that stuff, and other times it's just reverting back to certain habits. But it wasn't like a punishment. It just felt like for us to have a chance to win this game, that was the route we wanted to take. Gabe in the first half, especially defensively, was fantastic, and I just wanted to see what that looked like. And again, he got some good looks. Dalton had some good looks. I thought Austin had some great looks. Didn't go down, and sometimes those misses can be momentum shifting, especially when they're generating wide open corner threes.
I mean, this is some shameful shit.
JJ, you're talking a lot about 2 or 3 guys, getting them to put in the effort. You've talked a lot about wanting to play hard and LeBron being the guy that played hard in tonight's game. How do you address that with the team? What's your philosophy for approaching that?
I just did.
You're going to cry in the car.
Okay, JJ. So you're telling me that we are setting a precedent to where you're going to be benching people for not showing the proper amount of effort, especially after taking bad 3-point shots?
Not the cap.
This is cool that it makes it seem like you this no-nonsense coach. I don't even think people in that locker room really respect you like that, and I'm quite certain D'Lo don't really respect you like that, which is why you probably felt the need to check him like that. But if you're going to be benching him, I'm not going to believe it until you bench LeBron for doing the same thing. You can miss me with LeBron being the hardest. He played the hardest on your team at any point. That's so highly unlikely, especially with Anthony Davis playing at an all-time MVP level right now. Like, if it wasn't for Joker doing what he's doing, Anthony Davis is probably, the best-looking player in the NBA right now. And you got this situation to where you're going to tell me that on any given night, LeBron was playing the hardest. Okay, well, I'm telling you, JJ, if you're not willing to publicly blast LeBron James in the same way that you getting ready to be doing D'Lo and everybody else, you're going to lose that locker room fast. And LeBron's going to be okay with it because as long as you let him do whatever. But just know, I don't see JJ Redick being the coach of the Lakers for too much longer after LeBron retires. Like, after LeBron retires, JJ Redick's going to still be the coach. We'll see if he even makes it to when LeBron retires. But in all honesty, D'Angelo Russell, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you not even taking the game seriously at all. Let me see how you responded after you got benched.
D'Angelo Russell had the chance to beat the buzzer with a wide open layup after a nice defensive play by the Lakers and Anthony Davis, but he did end up missing it. And JJ Redick hid his disappointment pretty well. As we know, in the last game versus the Memphis Grizzlies, D'Lo got benched after a lack of effort, and JJ Redick couldn't hide his reaction to D'Lo's 3 getting blocked and then him not getting back on defense quick enough. So he has improved in that point, but he actually spoke pre-game about not being able to hide his emotion after that D'Lo sequence.
So you still messing up layups, jacking off layups and everything. So what did you think about being benched?
JJ was talking to us about the good communication you guys had going into this lineup change and the approach, professional approach you took leading to success on the court. How was it for you processing the switch, the swap, whatever you want to call it, and then how do you think the game went for you?
I just wanted to win. So whatever it took, change of plans, whatever it is, whoever coach me, just try to get the win and be a part of that.
This isn't the first time this has happened last season. What did that experience last year tell you about accepting it this year? Did any of that hit, or is it totally new season, totally new job?
Yeah, I just want to win. I think that's what it came down to this year. Last year we didn't win, so just trying to be a part of the winning culture.
Kind of Dave's question. Does the relationship that you and JJ,
question?
Similar but building off of it, does the relationship that you've built with the JJ, does it make that message, I guess, easier to land, or does it change the dynamic of those conversations more? Yeah, does it just change the dynamic of those conversations, how it's taken in?
Just want to win. I think however it happened, however the conversation, relationship, whatever it may be, try to be professional and be a part of winning. Simple as that. I left all that, all my baggage at the door this summer. Once we changed coaches and new staff came in, I was committed to whatever it takes. So it's what y'all see now.
Talk about next man up, opportunities for others.
The thing is, like,
It'll be Z, right by Miles Turner for the second bucket of the game. Turner thought he was hit.
you gotta get back.
Well, it just keeps getting worse for the Pelicans, both the losing and injuries, but this is specifically about another big injury. Zion Williamson is going to be on the bench for a little while. Zion is out indefinitely with left hamstring tightness. He's been having issues all week with his thigh and hamstring. It looked like he suffered this injury in the second quarter of Wednesday's loss to the Cavs. Left the game, but eventually came back in the second half. He missed 4 of the first 10 games in illness against the Bulls, right hamstring versus the Hawks, thigh versus the Blazers, and hamstring versus the Magic last night.
Tyrese Maxey. He did not play in the fourth quarter of the Sixers game against the Clippers last night. He left the game with what the team called a right hamstring soreness. Now, Philadelphia has been marred by injury this season, with Joel Embiid and Paul George both already missing significant time. Our senior insider, Shams Charania, is here with more on Maxey. Shams, how long are the Sixers bracing for Maxey to be out of the lineup?
Malika, I'm told that Tyrese Maxey will miss 2 weeks with this hamstring injury. He's going to have a full evaluation later today in Los Angeles.
Melton's caught, nowhere to go. Extra pass down to the corner to Wiggins. Wiggins contested and somehow hung in the air long enough as he bangs off the body of Holmgren, who is down. And Chet is going to have to be tended to, as that was a mid-air collision, it seemed like. A little bit of noise for Chet coming down on the deck. This is the play. Ooh, came down hard.
The NBA has been struck down with the injury plague. Firstly, we got Kevin Durant suffering a calf strain in the game versus the Mavs here. And I believe it was on this play when he was guarding Kyrie, because you could see the next play, he kind of calls Devin Booker to come get the ball and then just sort of strolls up court. And he will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. And Ja Morant will be sidelined at least a week with multiple grade 1 pelvic muscle strains after this fall versus the Lakers. We also have Zion Williamson out indefinitely with a hamstring strain. He will be reevaluated in the coming weeks. And then Tyrese Maxey, he also has a hamstring injury, and he is set to miss 2 weeks at least with that injury. And then we've got Aaron Gordon, who will miss multiple weeks due to a calf strain, and Jeremy Sohan had a fractured left thumb and is scheduled to have surgery, or he might have had surgery by now. But those are just all the recent ones. We've got Scotty Barnes, who's out. We've got Kawhi Leonard, who's still out indefinitely. Paolo's out for another 4 or 5 weeks. These are some big name players that are missing time now with injury, and we're only not even 2 weeks into the season, I think. Even Jimmy Butler went down with an ankle injury last night versus the Denver Nuggets.
Game tied at 110. Off the miss, Young feeding Clint Capella. That's an easy 2. Capella with 18 and 6 as Atlanta goes on to beat the New York Knicks, a 121-116, your final.
Knicks fans were taking over the Atlanta Hawks stadium, so Trae Young had to let them know after Atlanta won 121-116 after game to take themselves home.
I hope these New York fans find their way to the exit real quick. Boo, take y'all ass home.
So there you have it. Week 3 of the NBA 24-25 season. Did we miss anything? Get in the comments right now. Let us know if we missed anything. We will be back with more NBA right here on LNC Sports. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. God is great. Peace.
Handoff over to Lewis. Up top, Oliveira. The hesitation, kick over in the corner, James. 7 on the shot clock. 1 dribble pull up. Good. First bucket of the night goes to Bronny James.
It could not have been scripted any better. Coach Guthrie loves the ball moving side to side and ends up with a nice uncontested 17-footer.
Its field goal percentage. It's that tough to score against him. Curry, turn, fade, fired in! A 3 for Steph! Jalen Williams forced to the baseline. And then DeAnthony Melton the steal. Good Warrior team defense. Melton down the lane. Steph, that trail sidestep 3. Good! He never loses his confidence. The Thunder take time. Curry, the closer, with 34.
Then if you're Steph Curry, this is poise under pressure. You know they're running at you. So you're just ready for it. Pump fake, sidestep, that's not as easy as he makes it look. But that's the greatest shooter that's ever lived. First name Stephen, last name Curry.
7 of 13 on threes.